Welcome to This Week in West Hempstead, sponsored by Spiegel Law PC, 516-873-1683, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Reister's Bakery. Here are your hosts, David and Norm. Take it away, gentlemen.
All right, thank you, Dan and Norm. It's good to be back in the studio.
Always good.
See any drones on your way over here?
Well, we had some major breaking news from Franklin Square Civilian Patrol. They are announcing that New York State has drones.
Oh, big shit.
New York State police are all over it. They're reporting it to the feds. Nobody knows anything. You don't have to worry about it. It's not a threat. Blah, blah, blah. Nothing new.
All right, let's go into the next story. We had a major fire. Lakeview Fire Department was on the scene. There was a house right next to the fire department, went up. Several people in the house took on smoke inhalation. Roof partially collapsed on one firefighter. Everyone's doing okay. Shout out to the Lakeview Fire Department. Job well done.
Yep, well done.
And UPK. So, let's kind of roll everything back. Last week we didn't have a chance to look at the school board video. We've had a chance to look at it now, and there's a couple of things that I wanted to talk about. Number one, Dan Riemann in his address or his opening comments talked about state indicators, achievements. That this is a new way that the state is weighing or checking, what schools are doing well.
Yep.
And there's good news. Every school that's in the district apparently is in good standing. So that was a really great way to start off the meeting. He dove into the UPK, and here's my top line. I mean, I can read off the notes, but I'll end up just reading off the notes, and it won't sound correct. It really sounds like the school district, and Dan in particular, is really doing everything they possibly can to get placement for UPK. And even on the in his speech, he talked about that the goal is to have free UPK for all West Hempstead children over the age of 4 years old. So that's a great goal, and I think everyone can agree with that. As he went into the details and started rolling things out, he talked about 2 dates of which sort of the state takes attendance. One date is in October that passed, and another date that's coming up, I think it's March 12th, that they kind of do attendance at that point, and whichever number is higher, that's what they use. They try to place these seats with the private school organizations, with Hank, with YHT, and with a organization called Scope. In particular, they talked about the experience with Hank, where the principal of Hank, Rabbi Lazar, do I have that right?
I think you might. Yeah.
Hazan, I'm sorry, Rabbi Hazan was saying, hey, we're in full cooperation with the board. There was 10 seats possibly available. We could only place one. We didn't want to disrupt the school flow. It seems like everyone agreed with it, and that was the end of that. YHT, it sounded like their numbers were full, but we didn't get a full explanation, but I think it works for now. And life goes on.
Yeah, so it seems the controversy that a lot of people have been drumming up is not there. There seems to be good intent on the part of the education people. The private schools are trying to, really mesh with the program, but it has to be done based on the curriculum and the attendance that is going to happen in March.
Yeah.
And so everybody's there. I don't know what the...
Well, they're all working to get this resolved. And again, I think, there may be some discussions about what ultimately happens at the end of the day with the monies that are left. But it seemed to me, having listened to the presentations, that everyone is acting in good faith to get these things filled. It was interesting, though. There were a couple of families, I think Hank families, who were speaking, and they were talking about how important it is to get UPK in the lottery, and you kind of get that. I mean, if your kid lives in New York City, you get this for free. Why shouldn't everyone have it free? And they were complaining. But I also kind of heard some undertones, not specifically said, about why is YHT in this program when Hank is physically here.
Right.
Now we know the answer to that, which is it's based on where people live. but it was a little bit, I don't know, there was
No,
some
I mean, that's
stuff
the
in there.
formula. Your house is here. Doesn't matter where you go to school. You're entitled to the program because you live here.
Yeah.
Yeah, what I think might be kind of an interesting question is, God bless both of those schools. I wonder whether, because there are other schools that parents in town send to. There's some stuff down in the 5 towns where people send their kids. I guess I'm a little unclear on what this attendance thing is. Does this mean that in March, if they come in and see that we've got 70% capacity filled, they're going to cut off those seats? They're going to provide more? It seems a little unclear to me.
Yeah, again, it's a work in progress. This is the first year that they're doing this with the private schools. There's no clear answer. It sounds to me like they're going to try between now and March to get the seats filled up as best as possible and then take attendance. The comments made by Aaron Zelig were very specifically, he felt that the school board was waiting for people to move into the community to fill up those seats, like the school's holding it. I have no indication that is particularly the case, but that was his contention.
Okay.
Yeah, the other thing I will say is, we're certainly continuing to reach out to the school board, because I think it would be helpful to have them address specifically the concerns that have been raised, and hopefully if we can get somebody on the horn, we'll be able to provide their perspective on it.
And they have continued to do that for us.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, bottom line is this is a really great program.
Yep.
There's definitely going to be bumps in the road getting it started, as
Right.
we've seen. There are people who are acting as watchdogs, which is appropriate as well, just to make sure that all the money is spent appropriately. But we all have to get together and work and get it done.
Right.
So we'll leave it at that. All right, moving on. Something else that I picked up on the school district is that the cross-county running team is doing unbelievably. They were named Section 8's most outstanding team for sportsmanship, the only team in Nassau County with this honor, and a special shout out to Mr.
Di Benedetto there.
There you go. Thank you, Dan. And all the athletes who went the distance.
Great.
All right. And Hank and West Hempstead Unified School District are working together, another sign of working together, for an event that's taking place January 7th at 7 p.m. called The Anxious Generation, Raising Children in the Age of Anxiety. Not exactly sure if it's taking place over at Hank or in the school district, but they said more details to follow.
Right, but that's an important program. These kids are really stressed out. At least I've seen it from my grandchildren.
So are their
think it's-
parents.
Yeah, what about the grandparents? I mean, yeah, we're all stressed out.
Right,
here. Yeah.
we're all on pills.
Well,
but the
Dave,
kids
we
do
can-
need to have some kind of guidance here.
Yeah, we can end some of the stress, right? Because Santa's coming to town. Is
So
that right?
Santa's coming to town. Some important dates. You got December 23rd. You got the Lakeview Fire Department doing
Santa
their
run.
Santa run. And on the 24th, you have the West Hempstead doing their Christmas Eve Santa run. And then on that, remember, was it last year that the Santa broke down on the fire truck and you went out there?
I believe it is, and I believe it's still one of our most popular videos on YouTube. So hopefully this year the engines will be fine and the guys won't have to stop and wander around the streets of West Hempstead.
And we hope that is the case. And you know what? We should post that video up again because it was really great.
And December 29th is the Chanukah.
Yeah, the Chanukah candle lighting at Hall's Pond. There'll be the Chanukah ride put out by the fire department, and Chabad really does an amazing event. They throw chocolate up. They go up in the fire truck ladders, and then rains down chocolate. I mean, what could be better than that?
The parents beat the hell out of the kids getting the chocolate, but we won't talk about it.
All right. Well, on that note, let's take a quick commercial break.
Tiffany Dry Cleaner is ready to handle all your cleaning, laundering, and dry cleaning needs. We offer free pickup and delivery Sunday to Friday in all communities. Give us a shot.
All right, and Norm, the other day I was walking a couple of blocks away from here, and you sent me a text from Joe Verone, who had a picture of a car gone into a building on Hempstead Avenue.
Right,
We got a lot of traction on that.
That's amazing. First of all, it amazes me that it didn't go through the building. It actually just bumped the building, broke down the glass and the door. This is the old mathnasium building.
Right.
Has a car parts next to it.
Yep.
But didn't appear that anybody was seriously hurt, and guess these things happen.
But apparently it was a speeding car that then pushed that white car into the building. So, again, once, Hempstead Avenue, Woodfield, hit the brakes.
We're lucky that nobody was there. That's all. It's pure luck.
Listen, if you want new rims on your car, there are nicer and safer ways for you to go to it.
Absolutely. So, it just goes to show you as well, stuff just happens all the time, and you got to be careful. You got to look out even when you're on the sidewalk. Fortunately, they cleaned this up literally within like 3 hours, and it was all gone.
There's a lot of stuff happening at the library, and this one really interests me. The genealogy.
Genealogy? I don't really care about that. But there's a deadline for
2 free seminars. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's taking place tomorrow, and there's 2 seminars, and you can sign up at the library. And listen, I had my great-grandparents both lived within 50 miles of each other in southern Poland. You know what?
That's amazing.
That's my genealogy. You know what? Done.
Well, there's clearly more to it than that.
No, that's it. There is nothing more to it. At least for me, anyway.
Well,
it comes back 99% Polish if I, if
there's a fee involved, and there's some saliva involved. That's all I know.
Okay, moving right along. I want to start a new segment, a shout out for Business of the Week. And if we can find different businesses that are doing really unbelievable job and providing a great service, we should talk about it.
Right.
So I want to talk this week about the UPS in the Cherry Valley Shopping Center. Before they came along, you used to have to go to Dogwood, deal with the fakakta parking lot, which you can never park in, and there's always accidents going on there. They got to wait in line at UPS, and it was just always a nightmare. Now you go in, no problem parking. They take care. I've been there like every week. It's great.
I was only in there once, but it was also instantaneous service.
Yeah, so you know what? If you got to use a UPS, really recommend the people at Cherry Valley. Unbelievable.
Yep.
So Dan, Restorers, I know you're spending a lot of time over there. They're getting ready for the holidays.
They are. My wife is starting to wonder if it's my second home, but at least I won't starve to death anyway. We've completed the Christmas and holiday piece that should be out on Instagram very soon. Take a look at that. Oh my God, they were sitting there making the gingerbread houses like this assembly line. One guy with the house parts, and then they're putting the decorations. It was fantastic.
Unbelievable.
And then Jackie over there had this, I think, really clever idea, which is, I don't want to spoil the surprise, got all the employees involved. We shot that this morning, and should be out in just a couple of days, and it's really a lot of fun, and there's so much to pick up there for the holidays. They're going to have jelly donuts and whatnot for Hanukkah. They've got all kinds of Christmas stuff. Go in there, do your shopping. Don't worry about calories. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, it is the season. Forget about calories.
And Hanukkah's coming up, and I&D has the jelly donuts, and those are amazing.
Yes, absolutely. And I just want to point out for those of you who are still listening, which I hope is everyone who started, that next week we're going to be doing This Week in West Hempstead from Restorers on Christmas Eve. So we don't know the exact time. We'll send it out. We'll let people know on Facebook. And we'd love to have you come down to Restorers and say hello. What we do.
Yep, I actually confirmed that this morning. We should be good to go. So come in, say hello. We're going to maybe do some customer interviews. We're going to be showing all the fabulous food. And if you want to place orders, they did mention this morning, got to place them, I believe, by Sunday. But you know what? Get them in before the weekend. So if you want all kinds of goodies, you'll get them without a problem.
Yeah, I saw bags and bags of stolen. I really wanted to steal the stolen. It was just
you got me hooked on that.
That stuff is so good. All right, and finally, Creative Corner. If you're planning a birthday party for young and old, give them a call, 516-385-8782. And that'll wrap it up, Norm, for This Week in West Hempstead. I want to thank you for joining us, all you people hanging in there. Dan, we'll talk to you next week, and enjoy.
Have a good week.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Please be sure to visit our sponsors, Spiegel Law PC, Tiffany Dry Cleaners, I&D Glot Market, and Reester's Bakery. To find out more or to reach out to us, come visit us on social media at Facebook and Instagram, or visit our website at westhempsteadecho.com.
Welcome to I&D Glatt. We love our customers. We have the freshest produce. We have all the groceries you need. We have the best cuts of beef, veal, lamb, chicken for the best price. And of course, a bakery department with all fresh cookies, cakes, and freshest bakery item. And of course, with a takeout department with delicious food. If you need to place an order, do it online. We'll deliver it to you, or come into the store and shop. We can't wait to see you.